Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
Good night, everybody. Thursday. Yeah, I said 10:30, but you know what? I'm here now. Nothing to do, so I'm going to start this earlier. Yes, I'm not on screen. There's a reason for that. I'm not on screen today. Usually I'm on screen, but I won't be on screen tonight. But yeah, welcome, guys. This is NBA Playoffs Preview. As you know, yes, the play-ins already started. We got the other play-in games, and then the real game starts Saturday. That's why we're doing this. But this is the NBA Playoffs Preview and Predictions of 2023. Yeah, on this show, we're going to look at the playoffs, and we're going to look at the rounds. First round, second round, third round, and then the finals. And we're going to determine who we think is going to win the champion this year and who we're going to see in the finals. And who we're going to see, first of all, who we're going to advance in the next round. And then from the first round to the second round to the third round to the finals. We're going to see that, okay? I got the brackets here on NBA.com. Okay. Yes, we all know the 8th seed is going to be. The battle for AC for Thunder and Timberwolves. We'll get so yeah, and then the eighth seed. The 8th seed is between Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat in the East. So we're gonna get to that, okay? Okay, I want to see if my friend George wants to come on. If he's feeling better tonight. No, okay. You don't have to come on. I can do a solo, but just in case. He wants to come on tonight. Okay, guys. Yes, I am disappointed in my Raptors. I was pretty pissed off last night. They should have won that game, and I'm not using the DeMar DeRozan's dollars as an excuse. I know it's funny. It made mainstream media, not just sports media, but it made the media all around. To me, the professional players, you got to tone out the noise. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Raptors should have won that game. You can't win a game when you go to the line 36 times and shoot 50% from the free throw line, make half of your free throws. You can't win that game, especially in close games, right? A close game like this, like last night, missing 50% of your free throws cost you the game. All you had to do was really shoot 60 to 65%, not 70, not 80, not 90, not 100. All you really had to do was shoot 60 to 65% of free throws, and the Raptors should have won that game last night. And there's a lot of other stuff about the Bulls back in the game. Now, Zach LaVine went up, DeMar DeRozan went off. They both went off. But the thing is, still, it's the free throws was the main. I think it was the main factor in why they lost the game, because they didn't lose the game that much. Despite those two going off, they still could have won those games if they just made 5 to 8 more free throws. Personally, they had to just shoot 60%. 50% for a free throw is terrible. I don't know. Like that's really hard to do if you ask me. Okay, it's not like you're having Shaq out there. If you have Shaq out there, you probably shoot like 30%. Honestly, yeah. Well, that shit happens, right? Shit happens. But next I'm gonna do NHL one of these. Don't worry, in the future. I think a lot of my new subscribers are hockey fans, so be on the lookout for that, guys. The playoffs. Look at the playoffs are official now for the East for NHL. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Hockey fans, Leaf fans, whatever. Okay. All right, let's look at the playoff bracket, NBA. Let's start with the West. Let's get the hard conference out of the way, okay? Let's bring it up. It's kind of small right here, so I'm going to read it off, okay? Okay? So, and if George wants to join, my friend George, he could join. So I'm going to look at the bracket. We're going to start the West, okay? Okay. Right now, the Nuggets are number 1 seed, right? Okay, so right now, the 8th seed hasn't been determined yet in the West. But the 8th seed will play the Nuggets, whoever that is. In the 8th seed, the battle for the 8th seed tomorrow is Oklahoma Thunder versus Minnesota Timberwolves. So I'm going to go with Minnesota to win that game against the Thunder. I really do. They got Gobert back. And they should have, I personally think they should have won against the Lakers, but they blew it. But so I think I got the Timberwolves getting the 8th seed, and they're going to face Denver. So with that, Minnesota's going to be the 8th seed. So I'm going to go with Denver versus Minnesota, 1 versus 8. Okay. Maybe I'll do games 2. Okay. So that series, the number 1 seed Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves 8th seed. Not officially yet, but I think Minnesota's going to end up becoming the 8th seed after tomorrow. I'm going Denver there. I think Denver will win that series. I don't think Denver is sweep. I'm not really high on Denver being really a true number 1. I think they're a really good playoff team. I just not believe in them. Okay, as the favorite to win the West, but I still think Denver will win that round against the Timberwolves. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep personally. I think it's gonna go 6 games. I think. I'm going to go 6 games. 6 games. Okay? 6 games with Denver beating Minnesota. Okay? That's what I'm personally going to go with. And tell me on the side on the comments your predictions for each division, each game series. Okay? So I got Denver beating Minnesota in 6 games, and they're going to advance to the second round. Okay, play out round 2, and the winner of the next game is the Phoenix Suns versus the Clippers. Now. This game could go any way. Hey George, this series could go any way. The Phoenix Suns and the Clippers. You could make a great. I mean, Clippers are out Paul George, but you can make a great case that the Clippers could win the series, and you can make a great case the Suns win the series. Durant, Paul Booker, Aiden. Okay, so you can make a great place for Clippers. Even Kawhi, Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook really has to step up. Personally, hey George, has to step up. So this series between the Clippers and the Suns is not an easy series to pick like the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Okay, so I can see this going 7 games. I personally think this series could go 6 or 7 games, and it's gonna be a hard fought series. All right, I'm still going Phoenix Suns because I think I'm picking Phoenix Suns to represent the rest personally. But so the Suns and the Nuggets and whoever. So those are my first 2 picks, okay, from the West. And not much. So the winner, so the Nuggets and the Suns, they would face each other in the second round, okay? So we'll get to that. Now we get to the third series. Okay, Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors. Okay. Kudos to Mike Brown. He won Coach of the Year. Sacramento's a great young team. Good for that city to finally have a playoff team in 2 decades. Good for that city. The Warriors are better than a 6th seed. I'm sorry. Not much, George. The Warriors are better than a 6th seed, okay? I'll say this. They're Jekyll and Hyde, okay? The Warriors are Jekyll and Hyde. They're good at home and they're terrible on the road. Okay? So, to me, I'm still picking the Warriors to win this, but they have to win one of the first 2 games in Sacramento. The first 2 games in Sacramento, the Warriors have to win one of them, at least one of them, okay? If they go down 0-2, I'll be a little concerned. I still think the Warriors would be the favorites, but let's remember, if they go to a 7th game, Warriors are not home court. So I'll be a little worried. If this series went 7. The Warriors have to win at least one of the first 2 games. Here's the thing. If they lose the first game, game 2 is a must-win. Okay? And I know that you can say, the Warriors could come back from down 2-0. Not based on this season, man. In the past, last year, the years before, when they took a little backward step. Yeah, I think being down 2-0 on the road wouldn't be an issue. But I think now, with how they're Jekyll and Hyde, home and away, being down 2-0, losing 2 games on the road, it's a different issue. They have to win one of the games in Sacramento, one of the first 2 games. Okay? I still got Warriors here, but I'm not 100%. So I got the Warriors advancing. So far, I got the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Warriors. The one reason I can see Sacramento King not going to the next round because of inexperience in the playoffs. That's going to hold them back, and they're not exactly a great defensive team. And to me, you need defense to win a championship. Okay, let's go to the final first round matchup. Okay? The final first round matchup. And George, if you're still listening, predictions if you want. I know you're sick or you're still not 100%, you can put your predictions, man, in the comments. Or anybody else is listening can put their predictions in the comments. Okay. So the final game, we got the Grizzlies versus Lakers. Remember, the Lakers won their playing game against Minnesota. So they get the 7th seed. Now, yes, they're a 7th seed, but the Lakers are one of the teams you got to watch out for, okay? You have to watch out for the Lakers. And, I mean, Memphis has done good. They always feel like they have a chip on their shoulder, but they're arrogant, they're cocky. And the Lakers, now, since the All-Star break, have been one of the best teams in the league. And you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I think the Lakers are going to win a 7. Lakers are going to win a 7. Hey, George.
Hey, I'm only staying for like a little bit.
How long do you think you'll stay?
Probably like a half hour.
Okay. I might just end it in half an hour. This might not take long. So, George, I basically went through the first round in the West. I think I'm just going to go summarize for you. I want to know your thoughts, okay? So I got Minnesota winning the playing game tomorrow, okay? You get the 8th seed, right?
All right.
You're going to face the Nuggets. I don't think usually in basketball, 1 versus 8 is usually like an easy, right? It's usually you sweep or 5 games at best, right?
Yeah, unless Jokic gets injured, they're going to win the series, the Nuggets.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the series, but I don't think it's going to go sweep or 5 games. I think this is a chance to go 6 games because I don't trust Denver. But I still got Denver. With the Suns and Clippers, this is harder because I can see both teams winning it. But I got the Suns in 7. I see this series going to 7. Golden State and Sacramento. So I got Suns and Nuggets. They would face each other in the second round. Okay? I got Sacramento and Golden State. With me, Golden State should be the favorite. But I said this in the stream a couple days ago, the sports stream. Golden State needs to win the game on the road in the first 2 games. It's a must. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree, and I think they have a good opportunity because Sacramento's inexperienced.
Yeah.
As far as the Suns Clippers, I think the Suns are going to win that because ever since KD, like whenever KD's healthy, the Suns are
You see,
basically have had a really good record, like
you,
really
you
really
see,
good record. I think they're
you see
undefeated with.
Katie's record of like the last 30 games, even with from his Brooklyn days when he played. Yeah, I think he lost like 2 or 3 games. He's like
Yeah,
30 and something.
as long as KD is healthy, I think the Suns
Mhm.
are going to win. I don't trust the Clippers. No, Paul George is Paul George still hurt?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if Paul George ain't healthy, then like the Suns should win it.
Okay. Yeah. So then I got the Lakers. I think the Lakers could beat Memphis. I think the Lakers will beat Memphis.
I think as long as all the key Laker players are healthy, I think they have a good shot beating Memphis.
It's a big if. If Anthony
Here's
Davis
the
goes
thing.
down,
Here's the thing with
yeah,
the
go ahead.
Lakers. Ever since they made the moves that they made, getting D'Angelo Russell back, adding Malik Beasley, getting rid of Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverly,
Mm-hmm.
like they've been consistently good for the second half of the season. Memphis, they haven't really made any big moves. So for the whole season, they've had this team and they've been inconsistent.
I what Memphis lacks, and they're tough defense. They always play an edge. They lack a second star. They really need to. They really need to play like a team. I mean, they got Bain and Dylan Brooks, but they don't have like an Anthony Davis or Russell. They really need something like that. And they need people to step up. And I think the loss of Steven Adams hurts them too because I think he's out. I think he's a big loss because he's good physically on the inside. He's really good. The way
Yep.
the way he plays center
But
and
the thing is,
rebounds.
and people forget, like a couple of years ago in the in the playoffs, the Lakers were up 2-1 against the Phoenix Suns until AD got hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a 7th seed. So it's really about the health of Anthony Davis that I think will make a difference.
That's the thing about the West. It does most teams. It doesn't matter where they're seated. You could there. It's like you could all see them going to the next round. Most of them, at least most of them. It's like you wouldn't think there's an upset in the West. You can't really see an upset, besides possibly Denver being upset by Minnesota, which I don't think would happen. I mean, Phoenix and Clippers. I don't see an upset. I know we both pick Phoenix, but if the Clippers beat them, I don't see it as an upset. Maybe the Kings versus Golden State might be an upset, and I know the Kings are a higher seed, but I think a lot of people are still picking Golden State to win. I think majority of people are picking Golden State to win, but maybe that series could be an upset if the Kings win. But the Memphis and Lakers, I mean, they're the 2 seed, right? But Lakers being Memphis to me is not an upset.
Yeah, I mean, to me, there's really no. I feel like the upsets are most likely going to be in the East if there's going to be any
Yeah.
upsets.
So we both agreed on the 4th teams. We got Nuggets, Phoenix, Warriors, and Lakers. I think we all agreement on that, right? Second round.
Yeah.
So okay, Nuggets and Suns in the second round of the West. I think I got the Suns. I think the Suns will beat them 6. I don't think that series goes 6. I think they get at 7. I think that could go 6 personally.
Honestly, even if KD does get hurt, I can still see the Suns win.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm picking the Suns to win the second round in the West over in Denver.
Here's the thing to understand: when they made the trade for KD, the best player they gave up was Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
They didn't. Everything else that they gave up wasn't really all that much. So they were able to keep not just Devin Booker and CP3, but they kept DeAndre Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 3 other guys that can take over a game if KD gets hurt.
Yeah. Then in the other game, we both chose the Warriors. They would race the Lakers. I could get the Warriors winning that. I have the Warriors probably winning that series. But like we said, they have to win the game on the road, especially LA.
I think I think the Warriors can beat LA even if AD's healthy, just because I think the Warriors are a better constructed team at the moment.
But I think it's worse if they go down two. I mean, they would get home court if they face the Lakers because they're the higher seed, right? They're 6 and LA is second, 2. So they had the advantage clearly, right? Because they would get game 7. But if they had the lower seed in LA and they go down 2-0 and lose on the road the first 2 games, I can see LA beating them. But they're lucky because they're the higher seed, so they get the home court advantage. They're lucky. So yeah, so we got the Suns and the Warriors in the Western Conference Championship. To me, I got Phoenix winning here, but I can still see the Warriors winning there because I think the Warriors are still going with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Wiggins, Draymond Green. But I think I got the Suns winning here because I think I could see Durant just like schooling his former team going on.
Yeah, I think the Suns are going to beat the Warriors.
Yeah, I got the series going 7.
And again, I'm making these predictions based on everyone being healthy because there's a good chance if Kevin Durant's not healthy, that the Warriors can beat the Suns. I think that's a likely thing. But assuming everyone's healthy, even Golden State, I think the Suns are going to win.
So yeah, so we pretty much agreed on everything in the West. We got Phoenix representing the West in the championship. Now let's go to the East. Now Milwaukee East is gonna be a little easier because there's stronger teams. So the Milwaukee's face the AFC. The AFC is gonna be between Chicago and Miami. I don't know. I can see Chicago. I can see Chicago beating Miami. I can see Miami beating Chicago, but I'm not 100% sold on Miami. I think they're kind of a disappointment this year. I think they think themselves as a disappointment because they thought they'd be better than a 44-38 record. Honestly, and I think Chicago is a better team than their record indicates. 40-42.
Oh, both teams are. I think both teams are equal in talent.
Mm-hmm. I think Milwaukee's gonna. I'm gonna go with the upset. I think Milwaukee's gonna face Chicago. Yeah.
I think because Miami has a better coach, I'm gonna pick Miami for this one. But either way, Milwaukee's gonna be whoever wins. So
yeah, and I can see that going. I can see that as 5 games or a sweep.
Either way, it's gonna be like a 5. Like I can see them maybe taking one game where Milwaukee, is kind of lax.
Yeah. So then we go with we got Milwaukee, obviously. That's like the obvious choice. Cleveland versus New York is probably the hardest one in the East because I still think they're kind of evenly matched. I think Cleveland has more superstar power, I would say, than New York.
Yeah.
Right? I can see it's going 7. Personally, I can see it's going 7. I think Cleveland Cleveland is gonna advance because I still think they have the better team than New York. I mean, I like Brunson, Randall's good, but Cleveland has Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Garland, Curtis LeVert. Yeah, I still got Cleveland. I think this goes 6.
I think it's gonna go 7 games, but I think Cleveland's gonna win it.
Yeah. So we got Cleveland, Milwaukee facing each other in the second round because that's how it matches up. The Nets in Philadelphia, 3 versus 6. Now the Nets had Durant and Kyrie Irving. I think the Nets would be a higher seed than 6, personally. What do you think?
I can see them probably as the 3rd or 4th seed.
Yeah.
If they still have them.
I got 76. Look, I'm not 100% sold on 76ers yet, but on this series, yeah, I got the Sixers beating Nets. I can see this going. I can see this going 5 games, 4 or 5 games. I don't think Brooklyn has a star power. They have no stars on that team. And the NBA playoffs is all about superstars, right?
Yeah.
So I got like 4. I got like a sweep or possibly 5 games to 76ers advance.
And I think Boston's gonna sweep the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't see Atlanta winning a game.
As best I could give them was maybe a 1 game, but yeah, I can see this being a sweep. And then so we got Milwaukee and Cleveland. They'll face each other in the second round. Now I got Milwaukee. I think it's gonna go with 6 at best.
Yeah, this is gonna be a much more competitive series.
Yeah. So and obviously we got Milwaukee right now. See, Now then the other matchup would be the 76ers versus Boston. Now that could be a hard fought matchup. That could go 6. That could definitely go 7. I still think I got the Celtics there going beating the Sixers, but I could see that in 7 games.
So this is a tough one
Yeah, it is.
for me because I feel like towards the end of the season, the Celtics were declining a little bit and the 76ers were rising up. So it's a tough one because again, I'm trying to do this if everyone's healthy, but Joel Embiid's a very tough one because he sometimes gets worn out at this point, even though he puts high numbers up.
That's what Marcus Gasol did to him, man. Oh, he worn them out.
The thing is though, I feel like as good as Al Horford's getting older, so I don't think he can really do as much against Joel Embiid as he could have used to.
Yeah, that's true.
But to me, the key thing will be what James Harden are you going to get?
Williams.
Because
what about
because James Harden struggles in the postseason.
Not just Harden, but also Maxey, right?
So this is a tough one, but while I trust Joel Embiid, I feel like I trust the two stars of Boston over the 1.5 stars.
I also
for Philly.
Yeah,
because
I trust the
half
supporting
is gonna be
cast.
James Harden.
I trust the supporting cast in Boston better than Philly.
I would say this: if James Harden were producing better numbers in the regular season, I'd actually pick Philly.
Yeah, Harden. Like I'm not concerned with Embiid, really. I know he does tend to get more now, but I'm not concerned with Embiid. To me, Harden has to step up. This remember, he's a free agent.
Yeah, and here's the thing: Harden's still a very good player. Like he's done a great job facilitating the ball this season. He's like
a point guard, right? He's like us both, a combo guard. He could point guard now.
And he's accepted the fact that at this stage Embiid's the better player, so he's giving Embiid like the green light.
Yeah,
he's been a better teammate, but he's not as talented as he used to be.
Yeah. It's definitely got older. I think
and you know what? He's aware of it. That's why he's facilitated the ball more, and he's given Joel Embiid the green light to be the number one option.
Oh, you better, because Embiid could be. Embiid could be. The type of person he is. He can be Embiid.
So like Harden sacrificed his ego a lot.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising, right? Like a lot of people are surprised by that.
But I think also because I think Daryl Morey is
in love with him.
Yeah, so like I think he trusts Daryl Morey. I feel like because he wanted out of Houston. I think as soon as Daryl Morey was gone.
Yeah, Daryl Morey tried everything because Daryl Morey catered James Harden. Everything was built around James Harden. Which technically, if you have a superstar player, you should build around your superstar player.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Boston 7 for this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard fought.
I wouldn't be surprised if Philly does win in 7, but again, I James Harden, like whether even if he's healthy, I don't know is he gonna give you 30? Is he gonna give you 15?
Is he gonna give you defense?
Like he can give you 30 one game, and then the next game only give you 13 points.
Yeah. So Milwaukee and Boston in the East. I got Boston here, but I think the series goes 7 because you could go with any team here. I'm
going with Milwaukee on this one. Like I said, I'm going with if everyone's healthy. And last season, Chris Middleton was not healthy. He got hurt, and they still pushed Boston to 7. I think if Middleton didn't get hurt, I think they would have gone past Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here's the thing: Brook Lopez, I think, has been playing better this season.
Yeah,
Drew Holiday has played better this season. There's something different about this Milwaukee team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see it. I guess I could personally. I'm picking Boston, but I can still see Milwaukee going.
Like the
It's,
thing is like while Boston superstars have gotten better, the pieces around them I feel like have not gotten that much better.
that's true.
Like I mean, I'm not saying they've gotten worse, but it's like you've only really seen the superstars get better.
Yeah, that's true.
While Giannis is still a phenomenal player, he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't have to get that much better, other than maybe get a better consistent jump shot. But the pieces around him have gotten better,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking because something Stephen A. Smith said the other night, which was the reason why he
Oh,
doesn't put Giannis in the MVP discussion is because they still have enough pieces to win games without Giannis, and they've won games without Giannis.
yeah, that's true.
So it's like
It's not the
as
same for
phenomenal as
Embiid.
as phenomenal as Giannis is, because you also got to remember this team a couple years ago was able to win those two key games against the Hawks without Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like these guys helped take the load off. While I don't see someone taking the load off of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum if they get worn out or if they're having an inconsistent night.
Yeah. Uh, so let's go to the final. So you got Milwaukee in the finals represents the East. I got Boston, but we both have Phoenix. Uh, Arc. I'm going with Phoenix over Boston. I mean, I just think Phoenix is a better team, especially if Durant is around, because Durant's like generational talent, and Devin Booker. And I got Phoenix over Boston. It's 6. But how about you?
So Milwaukee versus Phoenix.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, here's the thing. I think Milwaukee could beat Phoenix, even with Durant there.
I think it's gonna be Milwaukee because the thing is I don't trust Aiden in the finals. He was a no show in the finals 2 years ago.
He was. He was.
So CP3, same thing with him. He gets worn out rather quickly.
Yes, he does.
So the thing is, while they might have more bigger names, Phoenix, I feel like Milwaukee just has more role players that can contribute. And I feel like I trust the thing is it's weird. I trust Brooke Lopez more than I trust DeAndre Ayton as my center in a finals game.
The thing is, Brook Lopez, it's like he expands, right? Like the 3-point line for a center. He's like, Aiden is not like that. Aiden is more of a traditional center, right? Brook Lopez is more of a perimeter kind of center, right? He's not a great rebounder. He never was.
But he can also score well in the paint. Like people forget, he can
Yes, he
do
can.
damage in the paint.
He's very versatile defender. Yeah.
So like
Center.
the thing is, it's like Brooke Lopez is a much better player than the numbers tell you.
Yeah.
And
I
Drew
do
Holiday,
think. Yeah.
like Drew
I do
Holiday,
think
like I
Milwaukee's
said,
depth.
he's been very good this season.
I do like the
And
depth
Bobby
better.
Portis, I think that's a good player to come off the bench.
I do like the depth better in Phoenix.
Like
I mean,
I like their depth, and I feel like Giannis. Look, Kevin Durant's one of the all-time best players. He's a better scorer than Giannis, but I think Giannis does other things better than
Giannis is
Kevin
more
Durant
all
all
around
around.
than. Okay, I'll say this: Durant is a better scorer, better shooter, but Giannis is I would say is a better all around player because he could pass, he could go inside, he could defend, he could play pretty much any position. He does a little bit more than Durant does. I just think Durant is a better shooter than Giannis.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
to me, the key for Milwaukee is going to be Chris Middleton to me
Yes, yeah, definitely.
because like Middleton was very reliable for them a couple years ago. And like, listen, I don't know if they would have beaten Golden State if Milwaukee had Middleton and they got past the Celtics and went to the NBA
Yes.
Finals, because Golden State was very good last year.
If I'm looking at the Phoenix's roster right now, say Booker averaged like 23 points, Durant 26 points, Chris Paul 17 points. Wait a minute, this is kind of old. Whatever. He averaged 13 points, right? Chris Paul 14 points.
But the thing is, Chris Paul, he's not going to be playing the way that he was playing 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's actually regressed this year. He's regressed this year,
and it's not because Kevin Durant's there now, or DeAndre Ayton might be scoring some more points. He's getting older.
Oh yeah, he's like 36.
Like he's still averaging very good assist numbers. And look, averaging almost 14 points per game at his age, it's still a good thing to do. That's still pretty impressive, like at his age, to still be, a good starting point guard. But he can't be. But he's not the guy that can give you those, step it up like he used to step up.
No.
Remember, one of my favorite game-winning shots was that shot he hit against San Antonio in Game 7 back in 2015. He's not that guy that was able to do that. He's not that guy anymore.
Nope.
And it's like, I'm just looking at the rest of the roster. I mean, outside of Cameron Payne, there's really no one else that impresses me on this team.
You're definitely right. Milwaukee does. See. Here's the thing. I know I picked Boston, but I think I would pick Phoenix over Boston. But if I picked Milwaukee, I probably would have picked Milwaukee over Phoenix. Isn't that weird?
But the thing is, here's the thing. I think even if it was between Boston and Phoenix, I would probably pick Boston as well.
Oh, really? Yeah, I could.
I feel like the thing is I think Milwaukee and Boston have just been on a completely different level compared to other teams, and they just got
even. They're almost even.
I just feel like they have more depth.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Boston's other players, and it's they have Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, averaging nearly 15 points a game. Yeah,
you remember how much criticism Milwaukee got for letting Brogdon go?
Oh, I remember that.
Didn't hurt them at all.
Yeah, it still didn't hurt them. I mean, you still got the Williams guys, Grant Williams, Robert Williams. You got Blake Griffin coming off the bench. I know he doesn't do much, but still, that's still more than whatever else they have in their depth, Phoenix.
They got Smart, who's a good defender. Boston has a good defensive team. Their players, they're not all exactly the greatest offensive players, some of them, but they're very good defensively.
So, I think there's one thing I feel like is going to happen. It's going to be an Eastern Conference team.
I could see that. I could definitely see. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, because this is what I think. Even if, let's say, a freak accident happens to Phoenix, it don't even need to be Kevin Durant. It could be Devin Booker, and Durant can't carry the load without Booker. Let's just say Denver makes it to the finals. You know how much of a hit Denver's not going to beat Milwaukee.
You know what's a hit of reputation that's going to do for Durant if that's the case? That's going to hurt his reputation.
But yeah, let's just say Denver manages to make it. They're not going to beat Boston or Milwaukee. This Golden State team, if they manage to get by, they're not going to beat either one. Boston's better than this year.
And the thing is, Golden State's team from this year, from compared to last year, it's basically almost the same team.
But the thing is, it's what changed this year for Boston is Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum got better.
You know what I think hurt Golden State? I think they got older. Curry and Thompson Green are not young anymore. When they started at Dynasty, they're under 30s. Now they're in the 30s. I think Curry is in his mid 30s.
Well, I think another thing that hurt them this year was Andrew Wiggins only played 37 games because he was out due to
Well, he's
personal
back
problems.
now. That might help some. That might help him because
So
he's back.
that's why I think Golden State's going to make it to at least the
And
Eastern
how
Conference Finals because Andrew Wiggins is an important player for them.
and how many?
I know
And how
he
hard,
has.
man? Because St. Andrew Wiggins is an important player is one of the weirdest things I ever said because there's always like a Andrew Wiggins. He could do more. He could do more with his talent in Minnesota. There's always a knock on him that he didn't try in Minnesota, or like there's always a next level with them. Maybe that hurt. Maybe that there was too much pressure on him to be because if you remember 2013 when they drafted, he was drafted. People thought Andrew Wiggins could be the next big superstar. It never happened. He turned out to be pretty good. I think what happened when he went to Golden State, the pressure wasn't on him anymore.
Yeah, and I'm just, but yeah, I'm also looking at the depth of Milwaukee. Like they still
Yes,
got Pat. They still have Pat Cunningham. They got Joe Ingles, Jay
Grayson Allen.
Crowder, like they
Oh,
Serge
Jacob.
Ibaka. Like they got all the step.
Yeah, they got. And I'll say this: their coach is good too. Is it Mike Budenholzer? He's a good coach. He was a good coach in Atlanta. It's just you couldn't beat those LeBron teams. But yeah, I think that's what we got here. I think there's nothing else to discuss. Um, maybe I'll do a sports mayhem show Sunday, and we'll discuss early NBA playoff games. It'll just be game one of pretty much the series of all the games, right? So we can if I do the show and we talk about game one, we could dissect what happened. I don't know. You can't really be honest with you in basketball or any sport. You can't really take much from one first game of the series. It's really doesn't mean anything. But we could still talk about it. But yeah, thank you, George. This was gonna be a short stream anyway because it's basically a preview. It's not really a whole basketball stream. But thank you for coming on. Um, I hope you're doing better. I know.
I mean,
Uh,
like I was well enough to go into the city today, but it's just the coughing. Like that's the thing. It's just the coughing. It's like my head doesn't hurt anymore. My nose isn't
coughing
as
is always
stuffy.
the last part.
Yeah, I'm and
Always.
like this is the part that's not killing me, but like
It's
stressing me
annoying.
out the most.
It's
And
annoying.
I got a few more days until I go back to work, so I'm hoping like I cough this all out of my system
Well,
before
yeah, you
Monday.
got hopefully next week, right? Because you got the weekend.
Yeah, because I don't also want to like because if it doesn't turn out that it's allergies, if it's something else, like I don't want it to be something else.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know if you have any streams planned. But you can go plug your channel.
I mean, I am planning on doing a couple reviews. I think I know I'm gonna probably review the first Guardians of the Galaxy and Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen pretty soon.
Oh, so you're getting ready for the rise of the beast, whatever it's called.
Yeah, right. Rise of the Beasts. I figured that'll probably be in the next review series that I do. Um,
Okay.
I don't know when my next stream's gonna be, but I think I'll do a Mario theme stream. I did a Harry Potter stream last night, and I enjoyed doing that because I want to talk about other stuff besides Cape movies
Mm-hmm.
because I like other stuff.
Me like my Saturday stream for Let's Talk Pop. I don't have much to talk about right now because it's been kind of a slow news day since yesterday. There hasn't been really much big news. So,
So
but
like,
yeah,
yeah, I probably will talk about Mario, maybe ideas for the sequel, like what games could they use as inspiration, and maybe I'll make it like a Nintendo thing where we can also say like can
oh,
Legend of Zelda be the next
I know who's gonna
franchise?
love that. I know our
Oh,
great our
yeah,
trading member will love that.
yeah, I know, and like talk about could Legend of Zelda be the next one, or should Zelda just be like a TV series? I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet because I also want to do a stream about Zelda games before Tears of the Kingdom comes out.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
this would be,
can't
but if
wait.
I do the Zelda stuff, that'd be about Zelda being a show or movie, not really the
Yeah,
games.
I know. I know. I can't wait for that game. But yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. For me, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Yeah. So I might do Sports Mayhem this Sunday night. I haven't scheduled anything, but yeah, if we're gonna do, I'm gonna if I do it, we're gonna talk about pretty much game 1 of the NBA playoffs because that's pretty much the only games that are gonna be played on the weekend. There's not really any NFL news, football news. We'll talk a little baseball and maybe a little hockey, and we'll talk DeMar DeRozan's daughter. You see all that, George? You see all that? The DeMar DeRozan's daughter?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you guys. Take care.
Peace.